We have arrived to the city of Trancoso, and here is, in the city of Trancoso, kosher wine that was produced by the initiative of the mayor, Mr. Julio José Sarmento, who also comes from a Jewish background. The mayor spent with us the whole day from the morning till late at night, very graciously, and also brought Professor Carla, who is an archaeologist and who is researching the Jewish roots, to explain to us. In Israel, in Jerusalem, I lead an institute that's called Netivyah, that is basically a research institute to rediscover the roots, the Jewish roots of the New Testament itself, but also of the Jewish communities that have been lost because of many reasons. In Portugal and in Spain it's because of the Inquisition. In other places it's because of assimilation. And so one of my main desires, of course, is to see the restoration of the Jewish community, but also of the biblical faith that is based on freedom and volunteer desire, and not on forced conversion like it was here in the 15th, 16th, 17th centuries.
And our Center of the Interpretation of the Jewish community here in Trepos is like Isaac Cardoz.
The mayor is explaining to us his interest in the recovery of that lost Jewish heritage for the city of Trancoso and for the very large population of Marranos in this city. This is my first trip to Portugal, and I'm actually astonished at what I see.
A esperança não está perdida, nossa esperança digna e singular, para voltarmos à terra prometida e para onde David quis.
This is Mr. Martins, who's Jewish, who has recovered his Jewish roots, who defines himself as a Jewish disciple of Yeshua, a Messianic Jew, and is singing to us songs that he had learned from his grandparents in secret. And we're going to sing together old Spanish songs that that I learned from the time that I was a child, from my heritage as a Spanish Jew, a Sephardic Jew.
Quase círculo, mas era conjunto.
Here are some signs that the Jewish people made, on the one hand, to identify themselves as new Christians, and on the other hand, to identify themselves as Jews, so that the other Jews would know what they really are, and that they're keeping their Jewish heritage in secret. And they had to find all kinds of ways to protect themselves from the Inquisition by living as Christians on the outside, Catholics on the outside, but they wanted their Jewish neighbors and relatives to know that they have not totally betrayed their nation. In this house you see there in the window the menorah, and over here you see the cross that was carved on every doorpost over here to notify the people that they were new Christians. You see the cross here with two ladders, and one of the ladders is a very clear depiction of Jacob's ladder from Genesis 28, that essentially portrays the hope of Israel, that God is serving the people of Israel, and that they have not totally forgotten their heritage as Jews, even though outwardly they were forced to accept Catholicism as their faith.
Right now, our menorah is the cross, but we have the promises of God from the dream of Jacob, and the dream of Jacob, and don't give up.
Jewish quarters of the city of Trancoso. We have arrived now to the village of Belmonte, where the ancient synagogue has been rebuilt and restored, and Jews are worshiping again there. This is the statue of Cabral, who is the discoverer of Brazil, but he also came from a Jewish background and traveled from here, from Belmonte to South America, and discovered Brazil. We are in the center square of the city of Belmonte, and we meet this old man from the Henriquez family, and we asked him if he's Jewish, and he said, yeah. And we asked him if he knows the Jewish songs, and he sang for us a song, but he didn't really open up until we got to his shop. And there inside the shop, not in the middle of the square, he prayed this very interesting prayer. It was a code prayer for Jews. They started it as a very Christian prayer, but then they stopped, and the other side continues this very specific prayer to show that they too are Jews.
Tu nem os teus criados, e santificado o seu dia, para o Senhor igual.
Olha,
Diga aleluia, Santo do Altíssimo Senhor. E diga aleluia, Santo do Altíssimo Senhor. Diga aleluia, Santo do Altíssimo Senhor. Mas é mais antiga, é mais antiga.
mais outra.
Sim.
A gente gosta.
Ani dal veraj.
I sing here a song of Rabbi Daniel Zion, who's also an ancient Spanish melody, and Mr. Enrique says he knows the melody, but the words are different. And these are the things that these people have kept in secret for 2,000 years. Today we have the obligation, especially as Jews that believe that Yeshua is our Messiah and our Savior, to recapture and to re-establish the relationship of these people, both with the Jewish community and with Israel, and not to be forced to convert to Orthodox Judaism and give up their faith in Yeshua. We have this challenge, and we need to face this challenge and reclaim the lost heritage of these Jews that believe in Jesus from over 500 years ago. These Jews that have paid with their lives in order to keep their Jewish heritage on the one hand, and on the other hand, not to lose their faith in Yeshua. Take the challenge.